granddaughter fixing it for me.
All right. Now, I spent about an hour writing this little intro for you. So let me just give a little introduction for who our guest of honor is.
Okay.
So, born in 1948 in Harlem, New York, the birthplace of Lindy Hop, and 2 blocks away from the Queen of Swing herself, Norma Miller, this is Crystal Johnson. When she was 8, her mother signed her up for tap and ballet classes, but something just didn't feel right to Crystal. Being raised by a member of Whitey's Lindy Hoppers himself, it was inevitable that she would be drawn to swing dancing eventually. When she was 15, she met Mamma Lu Parkets and joined her performance troupe as one of her Parkettes. This is where her life as a Lindy Hopper began. She was so enthusiastic and proud about being a Parkette that when she first saw the Lindy Hop scene from A Day at the Races, a movie that came out 11 years before she was born, she furiously went up to Mamma Lu and said, "Look, they stole our moves." But not only a performer, Crystal was also a competitor. She saw her fellow Parkettes practicing for the famous Harvest Moonball and began to have one goal in mind, to make everyone else battle for second place. She entered several times, but eventually stood on top of the Lindy Hop world in 1972, winning first place with her partner Douglas Wade. Since then, Crystal has continued to dedicate her life to spreading the joy, the art, and the purpose that Lindy Hop creates. Even today, she's giving guidance to those just getting into dance, as well as those who are teaching internationally. Her personality and story continue to be an inspiration and motivation to all those she meets that want to try and express what this dance is all about. And it's our pleasure to introduce to you living Lindy Hop legend, Crystal Johnson.
Hi everyone. Hi Lindy Hop world. How are you? Love you guys. Hi Jason. Yo Bob, how y'all doing? I love you guys. Yes.
Yeah. Crystal, you're able to scroll over to for those who have their cameras on to see who's watching. So if people are comfortable and you want Crystal to see who's watching them, by all means, please turn on your camera so that she can see who.
Yeah, let me see y'all. Yes, I want to see smiling faces, happy times, because we all stuck in here together.
So true.
So true.
Yes, yes.
So I'll say, kind of.
Hi, niece. My coat.
Hi, Auntie.
Hi, there's my niece there. Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, I'm waiting for you.
I'm waiting for you, Crystal. All right. So I'll say, kind of the purpose or the reason why we reached out to you, Crystal, is nowadays the Lindy Hop scene is kind of being more progressive and trying to kind of dig more into the history. I would say us, Amanda and myself, starting at around 2013, 2014 in Delaware at a college scene. Kind of the history we were taught was that, during the swing era, swing dancing happened, then World War II happened, and then swing dancing didn't come back until the 90s. We were never told of any other dance groups going on. In case you can hear, that's our dog in the background. But we were never made aware of kind of just like this dark period of Lindy Hop in between World War II and the 90s. So when we heard about like Mamma Lu or Mama Stu, we were like, what is that? But now kind of the Lindy Hop community is kind of taking a step back, especially since we all kind of have to take a seat during COVID and kind of digging into the history. So I would say we want to be able to hear stories like yours of Lindy Hop legends who lived through that time that are still around to tell us.
Well,
because most people, go ahead, Crystal.
No, well, being born in 1948, we would have to take it from there because my dad, Whitey Lindy Hopper, he danced with Whitey, him and Wilder Crawford. Tops is my dad, for those of y'all who don't know. Yeah, and I can tell you from the time that I started dancing, it was, first of all, I'm glad I was in the era. The end of that era, that was the best time because I love Count Basie music. I just love that era. It's just like, that was an awesome time for me. Growing up in Harlem, living in Harlem, born in Harlem. And that was our signature dance. That was the dance. Like, I just can't express it no more than what it is. It is what it is. It's our dance. And like, we're trying to get it to stay there. Now the history, my pioneers before me, my mentors, Sugar, Barbara Ann Billups, Sullivan, who is, and Lee Moats and all of them, they the ones that taught me what I knew. Okay, so in my era, when I got into Parkets, I'm gonna tell you the story, okay? This is the deal. I used to go to the Apollo every Saturday when I was allowed to get on the bus and go down on 125th Street. Every Saturday. So now, at this time, you could pay one fare in the Apollo and you could stay all night till the midnight show. So I stayed from in the morning until it got dark. So I seen about 3 shows all the time, and I always seen the Parkets. And I'm like, I gotta do that. I want to Lindy Hop. I want to Lindy Hop. I knew my dad Lindy Hop, but I want to do that thing too. And they were all in California at this time. So a gentleman that I know said to me that he knew them. And you know when people tell you something, you don't want to believe it. You be like, yeah, right, okay. So he asked me, he said, well, we went up to White Castle to get hamburgers, okay? So he said, oh, I gotta stop by my friend's house. I need, just come and go with me and stop by my friend's house. So I'm like, okay. Knock on the door. Open up the door. Bam! Walked right into my dream. I walked into my dream because the Parkets was packing up to go on tour with James Brown. Mm-hmm. And I walked into that at the time when Gloria was packing the suitcases. And the gentleman who took me there, who was soon my husband, he said, I told you I knew that. And I was like, I was speechless. And he just said, Mamma Lu, she wants to dance. And from that time on, I just walked into my dream. So I say this, don't let nobody stop you from your dream, okay? I don't care if this person don't like a contest and you don't want to support them, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay with you because I don't like them either. They're knocking you out of your position. Don't let nobody, if you want to compete in the contest, go and compete. Whether the other friends or your friends don't like them, that has nothing to do with you. Okay, if you want to compete, you go and compete. Okay, and I really mean that from the bottom of my heart because I found that out in my walk, that when you do that, you shut yourself down from being to where you want to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, really? So don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, don't be in that contest. You do it for yourself. You find out for yourself and stop believing everything you hear. Yeah, stop believing everything you hear because we held Harlem down for 30 years. And in the history, they don't even have us. They don't even want us in there. And that's not fair because Mamma Lu bust her butt. But George Sullivan taught us. He got 10 championships under his belt. And all of us as Parkets, like, it's just sad that when people come into this dance and they automatically think that they are so great and they get there, this here is hard work. You can't learn this overnight. You cannot learn the Lindy Hop overnight. If you do, you are bad so-and-so. Okay, I really mean that. Okay, if you can learn it overnight like that, because I won in 1972. I joined in 1963. Come on. So I had people that was in front of me that I know I couldn't beat, but I tell you, I tried. I told Mike that I tried. My first partner was named Wilbert. We took 3rd place my first attempt at the Harvest Moon Ball. And that was good, but I wanted first. I was hungry and I wanted first. And I just took it there. So don't stop what you're doing. I can't express that. I just can't express that more. Don't let nobody turn you away from what you want to do. Okay? What else you want to know, Mike?
I don't know how to top that. So that was Crystal Johnson, everyone. Thank you. No, let's
Yeah,
just. I say
I love the
let's.
Lindy. I love it.
No, yeah, I'll
I
say let's
love
just
it.
kind of just elaborate because you kind of like went over a huge spectrum of topics and ideas there. So I'm looking at just kind of like a list of questions that we asked the community to kind of give us. So
Yeah.
basically, first and foremost, how did you start dancing, or how did you start doing Lindy Hop?
How did I start? We just went to the Savoy because after I went into the house, after I met Mama Lu and them, that next week, she told me be at the Savoy. So I just started. I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. You understand? I had the bounce, I had the rhythm, I needed the direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because at that time when I'll be 72 next month. At this time, the Isley Brothers was out with Shout and Let's Go Do the Hop. So all of that bouncing and I had all of that. I just needed to put it into perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So when I started Lindy Hop, it had to be like 14, 15. Yeah.
Okay. And when you started, your dad is a famous, Lindy Hopper himself. Part of what he's Lindy Hoppers. Did he teach you how to dance, or like how did you learn, or how did people?
I knew he Lindy Hop, right? But they were in California, right? I always knew Daddy Lindy Hop, and like he showed me steps, but their steps was Whitey steps in there, and I was like, I can't do all that. And come to find out I could, but it's just so funny that when I won the Harvest Moon Ball, they knew before I called them in California. Because I called him, I said, Dad, I won the Harvest Moon Ball. He said, that's my baby. He said, that's my Chris. I was so proud because I couldn't wait to tell them. It was just, I can't explain it. It was one of them moments. Like, my daughter has won the Harvest Moon Ball too.
Because he was a champion in 1940.
40, right. Him and Wilder Crawford won in 1940. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when you started dancing, around that time, it was really interesting. You said that you think you were in like the best time in Harlem that moment. But if you look, Wikipedia, the swing era was over by that point. Like, the story we're told is, World War II happened, kind of took away all the big bands. And around that time, I think bebop was kind of coming into popularity for jazz music, jazz kind of transitioning. Why do you say that you think you were born in the perfect time for this dance?
I just feel like I was. Because look where I'm at. I just feel that I was. I'm so happy that I was in that era. That's an era that, you'll never get to it was hard times, a lot of people on welfare, okay? Ain't no joke, I'm gonna keep it real, okay? Everybody wasn't all that, but it was that dance, it was that Lindy Hop that just, if you're not a dancer, you can, some of y'all can look at Jessica, I see you smiling over there. It's like, I have a passion, I have a awe about this dance. And I just love it. And if I can teach it around the world, I will. Because I feel that everybody should learn how to Lindy. Because it sure enough is back now. It's back more now than ever. Because there's a lot of people that think they can actually do it. But this is what I found out. When you learn a dance like this, remember the pioneers that brought it. Okay. And there's a lot of them still living. Okay. And I feel that if you ever get a chance to talk to me, Sugar, Sonny, Sullivan, Barbara Ann Billups, and the other folks who have laid the foundation for us to be where we are. Look, Bobby and them, they got one of the baddest groups. I love them guys, okay? And they are willing to learn. So if you could just like get it, like, I wish we was in person, cause like I could really like grab y'all, you know, and like, yo.
No, I know. I've been in a workshop with you, Crystal. It's scary.
But, what else you want?
So we have people. Asking just kind of how important the music was back then, like how much the music really participated in the culture.
The music. To this day, I still listen to Basie. I love Count Basie. I really, the music back then, you could understand it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, as far as Count Basie and Benny Goodman and what's the Duke Ellington, that's what I liked. All that kind of music. And that music was so awesome. Because if you notice the old timers, when we be at this stuff, everybody want to hear Basie. Mm-hmm. If they say if you ain't got Basie, don't play it. Because Basie had that thing for dance. Like his music made you dance. Duke Ellington made you dance. Like that swing era, I love that swing era. Even though if I wasn't born like in the 30s and the 20s and so on, I just love that era. It was elegant, it was glamorous, it was, because if it wasn't, we wouldn't be dressing the way we are now in the vintage stuff.
I'll say you
feel what I'm saying? So it definitely got an impact on everybody. Because everybody's wearing the old-fashioned shoes and the old-fashioned stuff. So evidently they loved it too. Or we all that's watching each other right now love that era. Because if you didn't, I don't think y'all would be interested in the Lindy. Because you have to go back to the foundation and the history of it in order to enjoy it and understand it.
All right, awesome. So going into your time as a Parkette, so you met Mamma Lu when you were 15, I think you said? What was she like?
A mom. Well, see, her husband and my husband were best friends. They were best of friends. So when I met her, matter of fact, I met her when I was 13. When I met her, and after I had my 2 kids, my daughter is her godmother, is her goddaughter rather. So like when I met her, she was Mamma Lu, like mom, like you can just, like a mother, like she made sure you stayed in check, okay? And she's in charge of a big group. Like I loved her. Mm-hmm. I truly did. I loved her. And when she passed, that broke my heart. And, you know, but she was an awesome lady. And she taught so many kids. She taught so many kids. And a lot of us are adults now. And a lot of them have went their ways. But on my page, I have so many of the dancers that we all laugh and talk about the good times. And there's a lot of us. That's one thing that upset me now. Now, you may not like what I'm gonna say. That upset me when nobody didn't want to know about the Parkettes no more. It was like, oh, they're gone. They ain't nothing. They washed up. But you never did your research. You never did your history. And just like when the book was written, okay, I'm going there right now. Just like when the book was written and they had my dad in the book, I don't care about the book. I feel that whoever did the research didn't do the research because they'd have found all the siblings. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't believe everything that's in a book. Okay, now I never read the book. I don't care to read it because I feel that if you write a book, you need to do all your research, find his siblings, and hear their side of the story. Amen? I don't hear nothing.
They're on mute. See them.
Oh, I'm on mute?
No, they're on mute.
Oh, they're on mute.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I just didn't see nobody shaking their head or nothing. I'm like, I'm talking and like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they can't respond.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying, because like when we were brought up, no one taught us about the Parkettes, but now the scene is going back and doing research. Bobby and Jessica White, who are in the chat, they're doing tremendous work doing research, especially for
yes, they are. Yes, they are. And we have a ball together, don't we, y'all? Yes. Yes, it was something I wanted to say about that, just slipped my mind. Oh, it'll come back to me.
right, we'll jog your memory.
Yeah, jog it, please.
So going back to your time as a Parkette, so what was like the day-to-day like? Like, what did it mean to be a Parkette?
Well, day to day, you had to learn the routines. We would always have rehearsal downstairs in the Apollo. Underneath the Apollo, underneath the stage, we would always have rehearsal under there. We would just rehearse. Rehearsal was very important. Like, we rehearsed every day. We did the Lindy every day. We rehearsed every day, at least 2 hours a day. That's what made us champions. We didn't take no days off, and we practiced every day. If it wasn't a Lindy, it was a jazz routine. If it wasn't a jazz routine, it was something else. It was always, we stayed dancing. We were dancers, okay? And not, because I teach Latin. I teach Latin dance. And we did Latin, we did ballroom dancing. Okay, it's a lot of stuff that we have done. And if you go online and look in Mamma Lu Park's history page and our page that Darlene has made up, you will see Edward and Gigi doing ballroom. Okay, so we did more than that. We did the go-go scene, but we were known for the Lindy, and definitely at the Apollo Theater, because once I joined that group, I stayed at the Apollo. That was one of my highlights of my life, was the Apollo Theater. That is a stage, once you on that stage, you good. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, and I'm not bragging, I don't brag. If people don't know me, I don't even talk, they don't even know I dance out here where I live at. Because I'm not a brag, I don't go around telling people this. But once you get that Apollo, you on. And we stayed at the Apollo a lot. We opened up for Jocko, we opened up for, what's his name? Come on, y'all old folks. I see a couple of old folks on here. Alan Freed, Frankie Crocker. Okay, we was in that era where all the groups, Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, because one of the groups that Tiny won at the Garden, the Temptations was there. And the night I won the Harvest Moon Ball, guess who was there? I just want y'all to guess. Just guess who was there. Guess who the MC was.
All right, put your guesses in the chat, guys.
I want y'all to guess, and I'll tell you at the end. Don't cheat. Don't be looking in no books.
You tell them.
Don't be looking in no books. But the night I won, I danced off a tie-off. And that's another thing. I know I'm probably jumping the gun, but so much I want to get in. When you got a tie-off, have a second plan. Do not do the same routine that you first did the first show with. So you got a tie-off. Don't do the same routine that you did to get you to the tie-off. Do you understand me? Because what we did, we didn't do the same routine. We opened up with 3 air steps. immediately. When tie off time, you ain't got no time to think and be like, oh, let's jog around. You ain't got time. We trying to get the money. We want to be the champions. So what we did, we changed up the routine in the beginning. So it's always good to have a second plan. Believe me, as I tell you, I sit right here. I know what I know. I know I'm right on that. Believe me, I know I'm right. Have a second plan, and you'll be glad you did. You'll be glad you did. Yeah, you could do your routine, but your air steps and your and certain little things like you could whisper to each other. See, that's the one thing. When we Lindy Hop, you got to be confident with your partner. You have to trust your partner to throw you. You cannot be scared to fly. If you are scared to fly, that means your partner who's throwing you is going to be scared to throw you, because you will not get what you need from that air step. Do you understand me? And always make sure when you Lindy Hop, everybody, that the person, the lady, should be 20 pounds to 15 pounds lighter than the gentleman. Because he should not have to and try to and throw you. He should be able to throw you like a feather. He should be able to throw you he should be able like to hit that thing right there. He shouldn't have to say, oh my God, I gotta lift her. No, that is not the way. Gentlemen, you should always make sure that your partner, okay, is lighter than you are. Because if she weighs the same thing you weigh, you're gonna have a problem. You're really gonna have a problem when it comes to those air steps and lifting you up and throwing you over the head. You'd be up there. When it should just go whoop. And you got that girl that can fly like that and she's light. Wow, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
All right, so Crystal, so going back to I guess we're just jumping around here.
Yeah, pretty
so
much.
With you competing at the Harlem Moonball, this took place in Madison Square Garden. So we do have some people in the chat here who have competed internationally in front of huge audiences, but not quite like Madison Square Garden. What is that like?
Okay. What I see in the competing now, I call it cheating. I do. Because the Lindy Hop contests I go to now, and I see that line, and everybody's lining up to take their turn. That's corny to me. Okay. Because we danced 2 minutes non-stop. Sugar and them told me they danced 4 minutes non-stop. So can you imagine dancing 2 minutes non-stop, air steps, footwork, and it wasn't no slow motion or all of that. All that wasn't in there. Okay, it was strictly and jumping at the Woodside, bassy tempo. So we was moving like lightning. So when I see those lines and y'all and you get out there and you do your little thing and then you get back in line, I think that's cheating because you're getting a rest. You haven't been out there for 2 minutes. You've been out there for half a second. So we really didn't get to see what you can do. Can you hold it down for 2 minutes nonstop? Can you hold it down for 3 minutes nonstop? That's what I'm saying. That's what I call a Lindy Hopper. Once you get past 2 minutes without stopping. Now, Sullivan and them taught us that. Mamma Lu and them taught us that 2 minutes on the floor nonstop. So you know when we got finished, we ain't have no breath. But we did it. So that's why a lot of the old Lindy Hoppers, when they see it now, it's like, what are they doing? Like, it's beautiful what they're doing. But that competition part with that lineup, that really irritates me. And they be there's some great dancers. Okay, some really good dancers. But I wonder if they could hold down the 3 minutes to the 2 o'clock the 2 minutes without stopping. Mm-hmm. That's when you find out if you got a Lindy Hopper. Because I could do a minute in a line. get out there and swing, and then get back in line and rest all up. Get ready for the next round. Yeah, then rest all up. That's cheating. I call that cheating. Because we didn't do that. We did it non-stop. Hello?
No. Yeah, I remember when we met, Crystal, you were judging us, and in retrospect, I should have been a lot more scared, knowing that you were watching.
when that night y'all competed, I always say it. You should have won. I know. Yeah.
Thank you, Crystal. Your check will be in the mail soon.
No, you didn't pay me to say this. I'm keeping it real. You should have won. They were missing air steps, but their floor work, their apparel, everything was in check. See, and when we danced, your clothes couldn't come out your pants. Okay, so nothing was hanging out. Your shirt wasn't hanging out, and you Lindy hopping, looking like you just came off the street. It wasn't nothing like that. Okay, if your clothes came apart, that was a point. So it was all made sure that we had our clothes short enough, our skirts were short enough where it wouldn't get in the gentleman's face, and everything was tucked in. That's one thing Miss Parks made sure. Nobody's costume tore, and everybody, if you look at that Harvest Moon Boy, you will see none of those kids' costumes was out of their pants or sloppy, and that went into everything at the garden. It was your costume, it was and your floor routine and your air steps and your speed. So when you compete, remember that judges be looking for that. They may not tell you, but I'm going to tell you because I'm a dancer and I know what I had to learn as a dancer. That when you compete, make sure you look as neat as you can be. Look professional. Don't play with it. If you want to play with the dance and just get out there, that's fine. But if you're in the competing sector, okay, you can be friends, but when you hit that floor, I ain't your friend right now. I'll see you when we get off. Now and the funniest thing, we all competed against each other. We never got angry like, oh, I'm gonna beat you. We would say, I'm gonna whip you when you get out there. And we would go, no, you ain't, I'm gonna kill you. And that was the hype. So when we hit that stage, we was all ready to kill it. Do you understand what I'm saying? We inspired each other. Mm-hmm. We inspired each other, and that's what made us champions. We didn't like, oh, she can't dance. Oh, it was like, teach me that air step. I'm gonna beat you with that. Teach me that air step. Okay, teach me that round the back. Teach me that over the head, that neck snatch. I wanna learn that. And we would teach, but I loved it. When we competed, we would laugh like, don't speak to me. Talk to me when we get off the floor. Mm-hmm. And we would just be, and we're all friends to this day. And we all look back and just laugh on how we do each other, how we did each other. But it's all in the show business. Is just the togetherness in it. Like, y'all know that. Jessica, y'all know that. We had a ball. I can't wait to get back with you guys. Anything else? What, Mike?
So going off of that, Crystal, you talk a lot about how long the practices were, how intense they were. You're 100% a performer and a competitor. How much of a social dancer are you, or how much of a social dancer were you back then? That doesn't seem to be a thing that you talk about a lot.
Social dance? Oh, social dance, okay. Social dance, I did mostly Latin. At that time, the Palladium was open. Eddie Palmieri, Tito Puente, in that era. They were all in that era also. We always went down to Palladium on Sundays. Now, social dancing, that's one thing I never did in the Lindy. I don't know why. I just was always taught, like, you in show business, like, I don't get out there to social dance. I couldn't do it. And like I just started, I don't even do it now. Like mostly when I go to the events, I sit down. I'll swing out sometime, but I don't social dance because it's my professional dance. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you understand that? Because a professional, well, me, a social dance, once I get on the floor, I'm in a professional mode rather. So whatever I do is professional, and I can't do it out on the, do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe some of y'all may not understand, but I just can't do social dancing. I'll be at the affair, we'll laugh and talk. But when somebody asks me to dance, I'll be like, nah, because I'm always in that show business professional mode. I just never got out of it. I just never did. So I don't social dance. Now, if we Latin, that's a different thing. I will kill you in Latin. We can Latin all day, okay? Because I teach Latin. But when it comes to the Lindy, to my passion, to my profession, to my being, I do not social with that. I don't know why. Maybe, some of y'all are probably saying, oh, well, I do, or why she don't do that. I just don't do it.
I'll probably say probably your opinion right now is probably very unique amongst everyone in the crowd here, because kind of Lindy Hop has kind of made social dancing kind of more of a priority as opposed to competitions.
Yeah. So, but I want to share this with you. There's two people on this thing that I'm talking to. When you're a professional, hello. When you're the thing went out. Okay. Okay. When you go out, and I know y'all love to dance. You love to dance. But when you are a professional, like everybody, just don't social dance. I mean, you can social dance, but don't do none of your, in other words, okay, don't do none of your routines that you learn professional. That's what I'm trying to say. What you are taught in your studio as professional dancers, don't take it out on the floor to show everybody what you learned. Don't do that, because that's your professional stage. Do you understand what I'm saying? Social dancing is fine. But what you learn in the studio as a group, or as you and your partner are practicing for a championship, you don't take that on the social floor. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't show your professionalism. You follow what I'm saying? On the floor like that. You can show off and show your little self and bebop around. All that's fine. But remember, you are a professional dancer, and you got a routine that nobody knows about, because sometimes we get lost in the sauce and we want to start swinging out and start throwing, oh, let's try our air step. Oh yeah, let's go. No, because first of all, it's the wrong time. Second of all, you may hurt yourself and you may have a contest the next day. Oh, okay, so your competing routine, you do not do on social dancing. That's what I was trying to get to.
Okay.
You don't do what you do out to make your money with, okay, or to win your championship with. You don't do it on the social dance floor. You just
Crystal,
don't.
earlier in the conversation, you say you're not much of a bragger, but I just want to point out that you've bragged that you've only fallen twice in your could you tell the story? Because the second time was recently, but
okay.
Can you tell the story of the first time you've fallen?
The first time I fell, we was at the Savoy Manor. We was in rehearsal for the Harvest Moon Ball. I was doing over the head. I've never fell on stage, ever. Never, ever, ever. I fell at this rehearsal. Y'all, look at my face. You talk about hurt. I did over the head, okay? When I did over the head, my elbow, because I looked down. Sullivan said, look straight. Oh, Crystal looked down. When I looked down, that was the wrong move, and I learned it. My elbow went into my stomach. It knocked the wind completely out of me. We was at rehearsal, everybody was all over me, crowded over me, looking down on me. And Sullivan said, move. He said, get up. And from that point, I never fell again. I never fell again because he was such an awesome instructor that if you fell, it wasn't no pity there. It wasn't like, oh, baby, you okay? Get up. Because you didn't listen. I told you don't look down, and you looked down. And you got what you called for. You got what you had called for. I didn't pay attention. So after that,
I want you to tell that story because a lot of questions that people sent in were about kind of comparing workshops of back in the day to today. And I think that story right there pretty much represents how different it is, because I can't imagine Bobby White teaching a class and someone following him going, get up, and still having a career.
But let me tell you, they know me. They fall and I'm there, it's gonna be get up and let's keep it moving. And Bobby will. Oh, okay, he'll do it. He'll eventually get there because there's no time for pity. There's no time for, oh, you hurt yourself. Now, if you really hurt yourself or broke your leg or broke your ankle, yes, I understand that. But far as falling and you on the floor, man, get up. Get up. And when Sullivan told me that, oh, I figured they would have been like, oh, baby, what? No, you got tough love when I was doing the Lindy Hop, and I'm so glad because that's how I teach.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I teach. And once you really know what you're doing, you're not gonna fall. Once you learn how to land, you're not gonna fall. Because I hate to go on this, I'm gonna just jump on this right quick. When you land, you gotta land right. And I see the wrong landing. I see some bad steps. I see some awesome couple of air steps I have seen. But the landing, you won't last 2 more, 3, 4, 5 years the way you land. That's why I said, if you get the chance to meet a legend, a Lindy Hop legend, okay, they will tell you how to land. Okay, because I know everybody would like to do their own thing. Like, oh, I know what to do. They ain't got to tell me. Or you don't have to work with her. You can go online and see it. Really? Yeah, you can go online and see it, but is it the right or is it the real thing? Okay, because I've seen a lot of phony stuff out there. I'm going to keep it real. And I'm sure y'all have too. Okay, so just be you. But like I said, don't take your professional on the social. Please don't.
And going off of YouTube, because earlier you said, of course, you can't learn Lindy Hop in a day. But,
right.
2020 with YouTube and online, or now online workshop, but pretty much with YouTube, we've met a bunch of people that think they can learn this dance in a day because they can spend all day watching the dance and that they think it translates to them doing it. Can you go into some more detail of just kind of how you were taught? Was it just, here's the routine, do it? Or was it like spanned over a certain amount of time? Like what exactly were you taught or how much were you taught?
Oh, okay. The first thing when we was taught was the stops. How many of y'all know what the stops are? Okay, that is the Bible of the Lindy Hop when we was taught. The stops, the first and second stops. I remember going to the International Lindy Hop Championship in 2012. And Tiny and I was doing the stops over in the corner. And a young lady walked over, she said, what's that? I said, you Lindy Hop? She said, yeah, I Lindy Hop. I was like, and you don't know the stops. We're learning the stops being buddies of mine over there. Yeah, we're learning the stops. You got to learn the stops. The stops is the Bible to the Lindy Hop. We were always taught that because if you messed up in your routine, the stops you could always come back to the stops. and it will sit you back on your path. The first stops and the second stops. And to this day, Sugar and them teach, we all teach the stops. I just haven't gotten around to teaching the stops to you guys yet. But you got to know the stops, okay? We was just, I think now it's more free. It's not as who teaches the Lindy now and stuff. They're not as like we were. Like by the way, if you messed up in Norman's class, okay, my dad, if you messed up in Norman's class, my mother even told me this. She'd be like, "You got what? What are you doing? What? I told you to do what? Out." And y'all know I'm telling the truth. Okay, so I'm no different. Okay, Sullivan and them is no, and I think that discipline, that's what we learn. We learn discipline. And without getting an attitude. See, a lot of them get an attitude like, well, I do it like this, but no, we're not here for how you do it. You're here to learn how it's done. Big difference. Follow me, okay. Big difference. So when you're learning, pay attention and make sure who you're learning from know what they're doing. Because some of the stuff I seen, I was like, oh no. Like I'd be like pulling my hair, like no. And some people go for it and it's wrong. The dance, if you're gonna do the dance, do it right. That's the bottom line. If you're gonna do it right. So if you want to carry the name and the Lindy Hop, just carry it and carry it right.
So going off of that, Crystal, I think one reason why we have so many people here, here to listen to you is because a lot of us encounter a point in our Lindy Hop career where we don't know if what we're doing is right. Mm-hmm. We just kind of know what we're doing and know what we've been taught. We're kind of like, we don't know if what we're doing is correct or not.
I hear you.
What the founders kind of wanted. I know there's a famous Norma Miller story where I think Peter Schramm was teaching one of her routines with Norma in the room. They practiced for like an hour. They thought they got it. They're all proud. They look over and she just shakes her head no. And he goes, "You don't get it," and just walks out the room. And I think a lot of us kind of get to that point where like, how do we know if we got it? How do we know if we're doing it right? How do we know if we're actually keeping true to this stance?
Okay. Your mindset. When you go into that rehearsal, your mindset, there's no room for talk. You have to have a clear mind and a passion and a will to do it. Don't go in there with, well, I do it this way and I do it that way. It's a mindset to take the criticism. It's a mindset to pay attention. Okay, because I noticed that some of the times that I've taught, my students have said, well, so-and-so taught me like this, and so-and-so taught me like that. Well, I'm teaching you the correct way. You can use what they use, but you got to know the correct way. And the correct way is to pay attention and hook up with the people that know what they're doing. Hook up with the legends, the ones who laid the foundation, because there's a lot of us still here. If you get the chance, like I said earlier in the interview, get to them, learn the history. It is so important because a lot of us, I'm the youngest out the group. I think me and Maxine, and we in our 70s, and everybody else is in there, but there is so much knowledge, you need to get it. You want to do it right. It's, you know what it is too? I see, Mike, I believe that everybody got their own thing about the Lindy or how it should be done. Everybody in different countries, like the swings, like when they was telling me like a 1-2 count, everybody's counting 1-2. We ain't never count nothing. We swang. And then when I look at it, I'm like, that's the same thing we do, but they're using numbers. It's the same thing. Oh, you got to do an 8 count. You got to do a 4 count. Look, just swing them out. Swing them out and dance, okay? Because if you counting and all of that, that's good, but it's always to learn the music. It's the music. Like when Basie has, okay, I'm gonna give you a good example. Jumping into Woodside, you know when it goes dun 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 dun, and then that break. On that break, you should either be flying. You should be flying. But as soon as that thing hit, you should be. So listen to your instructors. Like, take it in heed. They only telling you for your good, and we really want you all to learn it like we learned it. We really want you to learn that. I know I do. The ones I'm teaching now, yeah, they're gonna learn like, yeah, they bad anyway. Okay, learn from your legends. And another thing that I found out, and I know that, yeah, we go in there, Black Lives Matter. I am so glad that it took this long for people to realize that that dance is a Harlem dance. Okay, I've seen so much stuff online that's saying we are so sorry for ignoring you, but we've been trying to tell everybody. We have been trying to tell everybody, but everybody was just, oh, they don't know what they talk about. That ain't they dancing. It's our dance. It's out of Harlem. It's our dance, and I love teaching it. I love it. I eat it. I drink it. I wear it. You understand me? So get the legend, y'all. I'm telling you. I don't care what color you are. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, you want to learn it right. Please learn it right. Because we have all nationalities that love the Lindy. Okay, and I'm not picky. I'm going to teach whoever wants to learn it. Because that's what we're here for. We can't take it with us. So why would you be stingy with something that you was gifted with? Do you understand what I'm saying, young folks? Yeah, why would you not share what God gave you? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you? I'm a happy person. I am going to share what I've been gifted with. Because my mother told me she was dancing with me in her womb. Okay, and this is the proof of the pudding. So I'm sharing. Okay, I'm sharing, I'm teaching, and I'm teaching it hard. And when you, and after the results, then you'll be like, yeah. Now I can brag on that. That's one thing I'll brag on. That when we get out of that rehearsal, you better trust and believe you're gonna be better than what you was before I came. When I leave, you're gonna be like, ow, wow, because I have a passion. And then when you have the dancers that love to dance and teach them, and just look, hit me up on Facebook, you wanna learn. I keep going back to them. I love them so much. They are an awesome group of young dancers, of young adults. Bad. They're bad. And let me tell you something. Someone has said to me that they were trying to be like the Mamma Lu Parkets dancers. And you know, when people talk about other people in the dance, it's sad because anybody that wants to be like someone, that I call that admiring them. Like you like what they do. Okay. I like what Sullivan and then I liked Mamma Lu. You know what I'm saying? And just don't hate on each other. We got all these big organizations that this one don't like that one and this, but at the end of the day, we all striving for the same thing. So why we can't all work together? Why we can't like, oh no, I'm not gonna go to that contest because I don't like her. What? Or I don't like the owner of the contest, so what? So you gonna stop your money from coming because you don't like the person that's giving it. Duh. Think about it. Honestly, y'all, think about it. Please, yeah, think about it. Because I don't want to mention anything, okay? And some of y'all know where I'm going. We have 3 awesome organizations in Harlem, in New York, or let's say in the Lindy Hop world. And they're all like trying to take from each other in a mean way. Why can't you all work together for the good? Because at the end of the day, we all want the Lindy to be awesome. So just because your friend don't like that championship, I ain't dancing either. Oh, well, girl, I'll see you later because I'm going to get me some money. I'm going to dance. Okay, don't let nobody stop you from your dream. Don't let nobody talk you from not from competing in something that you want to compete in, and they don't like the person. Even if you don't like the person, compete. It's about the dance. It ain't about you. If you want to pass the dance on and be a pioneer, it's not about you. It's about the dance. It's really about the dance. I love the dance. I will teach it forever and ever till God calls me home. I'll probably Lindy Hop at the funeral. Okay. But yeah, it's about the dance. And if we can all work together, and I know it's some faces, I can imagine, like I can't see everybody, but I can imagine people, yeah, what's she talking about? She don't know what she's talking about. I hear it. I hear it, okay? But I do know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who really want to learn, hit us up. Hit us up. And they're mostly out of Harlem. The legends are basically out of, because Norman Miller lived 2 blocks. Frankie lived on 140th. I lived on 144th. So Norman lived 2 blocks from me. And my dad lived on 143rd. So between 140th and 144th, you got 5 champions in that little area. Come on. Come on. Think about what I just said. Think about how close. I was a baby, but I'm just so proud to know that they live 2 blocks from me. 2 blocks. I'm on 144th. Norman's on 142nd, I think, and Frankie's on 140th. And then my dad's on 143rd. Like, it was all right there. That, I love it. I love it. So whatever you, what's the questions? I want to answer some of y'all questions. I might have answered some already.
Yeah, maybe. I would say that's probably a good way to kind of just wrap up our portion, and maybe we can get into the Q&A portion. So like we were saying, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat now. Actually, a good thing we can do while we're waiting for those questions, we can scroll through and see if anyone got the question you asked earlier, who was performing, or who was there when you won in 72. See if anyone got that correct.
Can anybody guess?
Well, we got the guesses already. They can't guess anymore.
Okay.
It's too late now.
Let me hear some of the answers.
All right.
Okay, we're scrolling through.
Yeah, we're scrolling through. All right, so while we're doing this, you guys put in your questions.
There we go.
So we got Smokey Robinson.
Hmm.
We got Ed Sullivan. We got Sam Cook, Dick Clark, Sammy Davis Jr., Hala, You Said It, Yes Ma'am, Tito Puente.
Okay. Now, da-da! Now the person who I am going to say that was the MC at my Harvest Moon Ball was one of my wow moments in my life. It was Bob Hope. The legendary Bob Hope. Can you imagine him giving you flowers and telling you congratulations? What? What?
Crazy.
Bob Hope, thanks for the memories. That to this day brings tears to my eyes. You have no idea what that meant to me. You have no, oh God. You have no idea what that meant. To meet a man of that stature, age, a little Harlem girl from Harlem that made the national stage. And I met him. You have no idea. You have no idea how that felt. And to this day, you have no, oh my God. That's who it was, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to act like that. But
No, it's all good. Got a lot of
that,
claps. Got a lot of support on mute right now. So don't worry. Don't worry. All right.
yeah, that was a wow moment.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Crystal. Are you good if we ask some community questions?
Yeah.
Okay. There's actually one I didn't get to, but you brought up a little bit earlier. Can you go into some detail about what it was like kind of navigating the Lindy Hop scene as a Black woman back in the day or even today? Just kind of your...
Well, you know, that's funny because when I was doing it, I was happy. I wasn't, I never got in conflict. Honestly, I was always a happy Lindy Hop dancer. I never got in conflict with nobody. I don't know. I just never ran into the BS that some of our dancers did run into. I just always carried myself because I know what I was representing at that age. I know who I was representing and what I was representing. So I tried to keep everything in perspective, like respectful and decent. And so at times like this here, we could talk. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do any of y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm getting some nods. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So we have a question. Are you still in contact with your championship partner, Douglas? And has he ever come back to teach the new swing dancers coming up?
Dougie, I spoke to him last week, and I said, and somebody had said, Julia Luffing had said, or Paulette, one of them had said, y'all need to do this thing again. And I said, the only thing I would love to do it again, even if we just swung out, if I could get him out of Texas, because he's in Texas. He lives in Texas. So if we can get Dougie here, I'd be more than happy to just do a swing out with him, because I know he can't throw me.
As long as you're 20 pounds lighter, right, Crystal? That's what you said?
I would definitely have to be that. Yes. Yes.
All right. Yeah, I forget who, because when we did like the pre-interview, I think I was going over your other Harvest Moonball entries, and you were fact-checking the websites I was using, and it was it was kind of just a little bit mind-blowing, where I was like, did you compete with this person this year? And you went, I'll ask him. And like, I think it's, even though I'm talking to you right now and we've known you for a couple of years, it's still a little mind-boggling that we still have living legends that we can get in contact with. So I think that's why some people are appreciative of this moment right now that we're able to talk.
I love it. I am so happy and pleased. And let me thank Jazz Attack. I am so proud that I was asked to do this. This is absolutely fabulous. And the legends, like, it is just so, if you can get Sullivan here, anybody, if you ever get in Sullivan, George Sullivan, his presence, you will never forget it, because he is so knowledgeable when it comes to this Lindy Hop. He is like the bomb. And I'm not just saying this because he was my instructor and my teacher and my mentor, but the man, I mean, anybody who gets 10 championships or more under their belt of the Harvest Moonball of all of Miss Park's dances, he pulled more than 10 out of her group. And so this is what a lot of y'all don't know. Most of them, or just about everybody in the group, is a Harvest Moonball champion from first, second, or third. Every time we hit that Apollo, everybody who did that Lindy Hop and that Apollo was a Harvest Moonball champion. You could not go out until you was a champion. You couldn't. I don't care how good you was, but you had to win that spot first. You had to win it. First, second, or third, you had to win it to be on stage. Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, so going back to some community questions. Can you tell us more about the Savoy Manor? To be honest, I have no idea what that is.
The Savoy Manor, that's the Savoy that Frankie Manning and my dad and Whitey's Lindy Hops came out of. That was over on, if I'm not mistaken. Now, you remember I was born in 1948, not 1932. So the Savoy Manor was right across. We would walk over to Harvest Moonball. It's right across the bridge on 145th Street. We would walk over the bridge, a whole group, like 20 of us, every night. Here we go, Harvest Moonball. We would walk over to the Savoy Manor. It was a regular ballroom. In one of my pictures, I'm doing an air step with Edward Birchmore, and he has me up in the air. That was the Savoy Manor. Okay, it was the place to be. When Miss Parks gave that Harvest Moonball in Harlem, she sold it out. I mean, it was standing room if you could even get in the ballroom. That's how famous that Harvest Moonball was in our era. Now, my dad and them came from the Savoy. We came from the Savoy Manor. Sonny and all of them came from the Savoy. In other words, they were our pioneers. Sonny and all of them, they came from the Savoy. We came from Savoy Manor. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Savoy might have been on 7th Avenue. I don't know, I'm not sure. But I know we walked across 145th Street.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm picturing it and I'm not picturing it. I think it was, 48. Yeah, I think it was. I'm not sure. I am honestly not sure. And I'm from Harlem. And I don't remember if it was on 7th Avenue, the one that Frankie and them danced at, or the one across the bridge. But we came from the Savoy Manor. We're the second. I think I'm the 4th generation of Lindy Hoppers. I think I'm the 4th, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
You talk a lot about, make sure you learn from the legends. Make sure you learn from those people in your foundation. Can you name drop who is willing to teach today and how we can maybe get in contact with them?
Oh, I can tell you, Sugar, Barbara Billups, Sugar and Barbara, Sonny. Well, Sonny is, Sonny, me, Joya, David Butts. They are all Parkets. Maxine, and Maxine works with me with the other dance group with Bobby and them. And it's a lot of us. It's quite a few of us that's still here that they all thought that was done. Deborah Youngblood, she's still here. Her and Lonnie, yes, I love them. Lonnie and Debbie, I called Debbie last week before last. They are still here. She works a lot with Lonnie because he's into the music business really, really big. But Debbie is here. I don't know if she would teach or not, but she could give you some darn good advice.
Okay. You know the best way to get in contact with these people that you're naming? Because we met by accident, pretty much.
Well, all you got to do is go on, because Sugar's online, Barbara Billups is online. They work together, and they're my mentors. I call them mom and auntie. I love them so much, and we stay in contact 24/7 all the time. Who else? Wow, there's so many. Dougie, but we can't get Dougie here. Some of them is just hard to find to get them because of their jobs, their working things. I can't think of his name. Oh my God, he's tall. Gomez. we've been trying to get him, but his stuff is night shift. And we've been trying to get Tony Gomez. Come on, Tony. He can Lindy forever. Okay, matter of fact, he worked with Sam Coleman when we was at, because I used to, Sam used to be one of my students. And Rahima. Okay, yeah, so we've been doing it for a minute. But you can definitely go online. Just contact them. Like go online and on Sugar Sullivan, okay, George Sullivan. Go online and ask and contact them. That's how you'll contact them. Because I personally can't give you that number over like this. You know what I'm saying? But just hit me up on Facebook and I'll take care of that part for you. How about that?
All right.
And you got to ask them, because you know Sugar and them live in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
She lives in Florida. The best time to catch them is when they come back this way. It just happened so this year, everything is combobulated. Like we don't know if we're going or coming. You know what I mean? With the mask thing. So right now, ain't nobody moving. But in order to get in contact, when things get better, and I truly believe they will, when, I don't know, I'm sure that everybody will be more than anxious to start dancing. Do you understand what I'm saying? We've been locked up for a minute, almost a year. Okay, and yeah, that's about it.
I think I can say comfortably that if they're willing to teach, we have people willing to learn, especially nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, you know me. You know, that's all I dream. If I could teach for the rest of my life, just teach, I would do it. I really would.
I thought you will, Crystal.
I honestly would. That would be my job. That would be my job, because that's how much I love the Lindy. That's how much I want people to learn and learn the history of it. Because I'm gonna share, remember when I told you about the documentary, Mike? That we have a 6-hour documentary that was made just for the Parkets. And it takes us from when we started to when that they could not tell the people, okay, our Caucasian sisters and brothers could not tell that they were taught by a Black person, a Black dancer, the Lindy Hop. It wasn't allowed. And all of that's in the documentary. Now, when I seen that, I was surprised. I was like, oh, wow. They actually could not tell when they hit that stage. They couldn't tell who taught them the Lindy. They weren't allowed because we weren't allowed to be there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we've come a long way. Okay, we got a long way to go. But that dance is the signature of Harlem. And I would love to teach it.
All right.
I'd
Awesome.
love to teach it where it is done and see, a lot of you young folks, yeah, you hear me out there? You've got to be in shape. You got to be in shape. You got to wear your protection, because a lot of y'all, I bet my life on it, do not wear protection when you're doing them air steps. When you do them air steps, you should have on a panty girdle. Okay? We all grown here. A panty girdle, and the men should wear a jockstrap for your safety. You're laughing, but when you wear it, you could dance better, especially the women. When you wear a panty girdle and everything is like held in, you will see the difference in your dance. Trust me, try it. Get one that'll flatten your stomach, but you can breathe. Wear it while you Lindy hopping. And when you get thrown, when they throw you, you be like, you won't have your belly shaking. Like, ooh. No, everything will be compact. And you will see the difference in your dance, and your dance will get better. But if you flopping around thinking you're doing the Lindy Hop and everything flopping up and down, okay, that don't work, because you're hurting yourself. First of all, you're hurting yourself. Secure your body. Okay, like my landings, I was saying, when you land, do not land flat-footed. Do not land flat-footed. When you land flat-footed, you hurt all of the back of your legs, all the way up the back when you land flat-footed. Now, if you think I'm kidding, some of y'all that's looking at me right now land flat-footed. You do. And I can see your motions and all of that. You land flat-footed. It is what it is. Okay. You land on the ball of your feet. That's how you land. You do not land flat-footed because you shock the back of your heel and your leg and the muscles in your leg. Do you understand? And I'm not telling you to be mean or nothing or to be nasty. And some of y'all looking at me sassy. I don't care how you looking at me, but I'm telling you the truth. Okay? You must land at the ball of your feet.
We got a lot of people in the comments talking about make sure you're wearing good shoes with good supports.
Well, and your sneakers. Make sure that you have the right sneakers. I wear Keds when I dance because they always supported me. But I always landed on my ball of my feet. And when you land on the ball of your feet, you'd be surprised how you can get into your next step. It just bounces, you bounce. That's when you start getting your bounce. Always land on the ball of your feet, ladies and gentlemen. Basically the ladies, because you're the ones that's being thrown. When he throws you, make sure you land at the ball of your feet, not flat-footed. If you don't believe me, let them throw you and land flat-footed, give me a call. If you can walk over to the phone or go pick up your phone, I'm serious. Try it and you'll see the difference. It'll be like, wow, it makes a big difference. It takes a relief off of you. It's like, man, I should have been doing that. Yeah, no flat foot, please. I want y'all to be around to pass the dance on.
That kind of answers the next question. What tips do you have to keep dancing, even at your age?
Okay, even at my age, I just dance. I Lindy Hop, I swing dance a lot at home with my grandkids. Right now, that's all I do. And I swing, I Lindy, and yeah, I put on Basie. And I be moving in here, I be tired as heck, but I keep moving. Just stay in shape, keep practicing. And if you're gonna compete, to all my competitors, okay, not my social dancers, my champions to be, okay, everybody on champions to be, you got me? Champions to be. Make sure your partner is at least 20 pounds lighter than you. 20 to 15 pounds lighter. It'll make a big difference because if she's the same size, like I said earlier, I'm repeating myself, I know this, but this is how you get it when we keep repeating it. You cannot have your girl partner the same 10 pounds lighter than you. That ain't gonna work. So to stay in shape and to make sure that you don't hurt yourself, gentlemen, all the gentlemen, wear your jock strap so you don't be flopping around, okay? I'm keeping it real. We all grown. Because in the long run, you're gonna be hurting sooner or later if you do not secure yourself. Take your mouth, you got your hand over your mouth there, okay? Yes, ladies, wear your girdles. And if this is a good time, if that weight is not right, get the weight right now. So when it's time to compete, you know you're ready. Okay, for my competitors and those who want to compete. Yeah, because I know if I'm judging and I see you struggling, I'll be like, oops, too heavy. And that's the ugliest thing in the world. When you see the guy trying to lift the girl up and the air step is not even being executed. And it's like, oh, we made it. Okay. And do me a favor, everybody that's listening, who Lindy Hops, who actually Lindy's, put on a bassy, put on bassy, jumping at the woodside. And I want you to Lindy, actually Lindy, like kick, kick, double kick. Even if you do that, kick, kick, double kick, kick. Do that for 2 minutes nonstop. Try it. Then I think you will understand what I'm saying more. Try it. And if you could do that, you'll be like, it'll just get you more ready. Try it. Try that. Put that record on, that high speed tempo, because the Lindy is high speed. If y'all notice, back when Whitey's Lindy Hoppers and my dad and them was dancing, they was moving like fire. They was rolling. The Parkets, Mamma Lu Parkets and us, we did it with speed. That's the excitement of the dance, is the speed of it. And to throw her and bring her back in and throw her here, just go all over the place. It's awesome. Practice it. But do me a favor, put on bassy, up tempo, and kick, kick, double kick, 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 double for 2 minutes straight without stopping. Don't go get no water. Don't go get no, try it. And then some of y'all might say, man, how did they do that for 2 minutes? But that's where the strength of the dance is. Do you understand? The longer you can do it, the better you are. I'm serious. I'm serious, because I know when we did it and doing it in shows and at the Apollo, when we did it, Reuben Phillips would play that jumping at the woodside just like Basie. Man, we would dance, and I mean dance our tails off, and that music be so fast. But it's the effect that comes from the dance when it's done right. You understand what I'm saying? When it's done right and in that speed and that swinging, like jumping at the woodside and Frankie and them on Day at the Races, that speed, all that speed. And I don't see that now. I don't see that. And when and some of it that I do see is when they all in that line, when everybody's taking a little cheat rest. Okay. But if you notice, when everybody, even us, when we did our Lindy, like, yeah, they do their partners. Like, okay, I come out on the stage. That's the only time we got the rest, when it was 2 that went out on the stage to do it, and then they come back, and that's was solo time. But far as a group, when the group was together, we did it in the solo in the group, because everybody had their partners. That the only time we got the rest was when we was waiting to go and swing out on the floor. And then then all of us went right back to the same routine. We did the horse, we did all of that stuff. Okay, so try it, please try it. Try it, and I'm on Facebook. So all you gotta do is hit Crystal Johnson, hit me up, and I wanna know how it felt when you do 2 minutes straight nonstop. Try it, it's a hell of a workout. Think of it as a workout. Okay, think of it as a leg workout. And while you're doing kick, kick, double kick, move them arms. Move the arms, move the legs, and hold the head, and keep your head straight, don't look down. 2 minutes nonstop. And let me know how you feel.
We got a lot of people in the chat saying they're listening to Jump on the Woodside right now. And so if you're hearing Crystal to send in your videos, and she'll be judging them.
Yes, please. I would love to see that, because that's one of the keys to the Lindy Hop, is the speed. And don't be cheating, talking about I'm stopping for a few minutes. That goes to show me that you can't do the 2 minutes. That shows me, even in the contests to this day, that shows me that they cannot do the 2 minutes when you got to get in the line and take a rest and wait till your turn comes. That's cheating to me. That's cheating to me. I love the way, I mean, it's good because the times are different. I understand that. But that right there, if you can't do it 2 minutes straight, I don't know. You're not Lindy Hopper to me because it's cheating. Because you're getting a rest in between. And you shouldn't be able to rest. We didn't have time to rest. No fair. We did not have time to rest. So y'all do not rest. Okay? Get out there and do that Lindy. And do it 2 minutes straight. And I really want to know. I really want to know how it feels when you try it. Try it. Some of y'all are looking at me like, oh, is she serious? I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I already hear it. I'm not doing that. She got to be crazy. 2 minutes? Man, I can't even do a minute. Okay, I already hear it. And it's funny. It's fine. Try it. Try it. I think you'll start laughing and be like, really? Because I can't do 4 minutes. Sugar told me they did 4 minutes. 4 minutes? Can you imagine doing the Lindy nonstop 4 minutes at a high speed? Think about it. So I'm glad we only got 2. Okay. I'm happy we only got 2 because I don't know if I could do 4 minutes. Definitely, I know I can't do 4 minutes now. Okay, but 2 minutes, I'm glad that when I started Lindy Hopper, it was down to 2 minutes. Because that 2 minutes looked like it was 2 hours. It really did. It looked like it was 2 hours. Like, when is they gonna hit that clock? You don't realize how long 2 minutes is until you do it. Right, so yeah, I'm sorry I let the cat out the bag. It is a 2 long minutes at a high speed. And basically, if I'm not mistaken, jumping at the Woodside is either 4 minutes or 2 minutes. Okay. Do it, y'all. Please do it. I just want to know how long you last. And it's good for your breathing. It's good for your breathing. It's very good for your breathing. Okay? So try it. I love all of you guys, man. Wow.
Yeah. So speaking of all that, just to wrap everything up, because we're hitting past 9:30 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, Crystal, you're going to be you're in charge of a competition that's coming up soon, correct?
Yes. This year I was asked to work with my dear friend, Paulette, who's head of the American Lindy Hop Championships. Yes, she asked me to head off the Lindy Hop this year. So anybody who wants to compete, come on, because I know. We have a couple.
At the American Lindy Hop Championships. It's going to be an online event this year.
It's online. Yeah.
They have a Facebook page up. They have an event page up, so you can check it out.
Yes. If you want to do the Lindy Hop segment, hit me up because I have to sign you up. I was told I have to sign you up. You heard that, right, buddies? Yeah, I have to sign you up. It's online and it's international this year. So we have people that is doing it from other countries. Mm-hmm. The categories, you can pick, but I have the Lindy Hop segment of the contest. So if you want to get in, come on, y'all. It's all fun. And it's not a fee for me to register, y'all. If I'm not mistaken, okay? Don't quote me on that. Okay, but if I'm not mistaken, what I read, and this is the first time that this is ever online like this. So just bear with everybody. Don't get upset if we don't know what we're doing. Okay, seriously, because this is new to all of us. Am I right? Yeah, this is new. So, and if we was doing it in person, it would be like 1, 2, 3. But it's online this year, and when you do it, it's from your home or your studio, and you can have people in it. Okay, it's just going to be awesome this year, and there is money, of course, the prize money. So this is what I was saying about supporting these groups. Support them. Just because certain people don't get along, don't let them stop you from competing or dancing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just because the owners may not like each other, or this one might not like, that's okay. That has nothing to do with you. Okay, and if they come to you and say, oh, well, you can't compete because you're with this organization. No, you're not with no organization. You compete where you want to compete. Do not let anyone direct you where you can compete. Do you understand me? Because they are out there that will try to discourage you not to be in certain things. Because it's happened to me until I woke up and I looked around and I said, wait a minute, this is funny. They're friends with everybody, but then they don't want me to be friends with them. Wait a minute, this is strange. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm keeping it real, y'all. Some of y'all may not want to hear it, but it's the truth. Don't let nobody take your dream from you. If you want to dance, you go and dance. If you don't like the person, I don't care. Sign up for the contest. Sign up for the contest. It's the contest, not the person.
You don't
If
like
they're
it,
giving it, sign up for it if you want to be in it. If you don't want to be in it, fine. But don't let nobody discourage you from competing in what you want to be in. Do you understand? That is so serious.
Yep, getting a lot.
Because I'm telling you, that is so, I can't express that. Woo. Don't let them do it. Because there's always somebody that's going to try to bounce you out or try to say something about you or try to mix you up and say things like they said with Bobby's in them group. I was done. I'm putting it out there. I was done. Like, why wouldn't they want to be like us? What's wrong with that? Oh, well, they just trying to copy. But it's not there to take with us. That's what it's up online for. Okay, why not? I would want to teach everybody. And I love them. They are the sweetest group of young folks I've met since I danced. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. Okay, and I really want y'all, all of y'all who are competing, compete. Compete to your fullest. Let your friends be your friends. When you get on that floor, you ain't got no friends. When you get on that floor, you own the floor. You own it. If you got to tell your competing people that, be like, oh, I own this floor. Okay, when you step out on that competing floor, own it. Own it. When you, in your walk, when you hit that floor, when you walk out on that floor, own it. Own it. Say, I'm taking this. Put the fear. That's when you put the fear in everybody. Oh, she ain't playing. Or he ain't playing. They gonna win this. Well, they ain't gonna win with me in it. I'm gonna win. You know, that's the fun in the competition. That's the fun. But own your dance when you hit that floor. All of you competitors, own it. And make sure you look good. Yeah.
Awesome. Speaking of supporting all of each other, just want to remind you guys, if you are able to, please donate to JazzTech. They've been hosting events like this every single week, but for them to continue to do so, there has to be, not to be able to pay the professionals. If you've been financially impacted by COVID, it's on JazzTech, but please, if you are able to, please, support this organization so that they're able to keep doing stuff like this.
Oh, and before we leave, I just want to holler out to the Harlem Swing Dance Society for just being there, just supporting, keeping it in Harlem. Okay, they asked, I've been with them for about, I guess, around 2012. They support the Swing Society itself. You may not like the people, you may not, but it's the dance that you're supporting. Remember that when you're supporting something, remember that, okay? I know it's hard for some of us, hello, but still support. Like, we got to look out for each other. If we, at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We all love the Lindy. We all want to be champions. I'm sure that everybody that I'm seeing on here right now, for some reason, I just feel that love in the dance itself, like the interest in the dance itself. The faces that I'm looking at is like, yeah, I hear you talking. Okay, some of y'all are older than me. Some of y'all are way younger than me. Some of y'all might be my age. And you're still swinging. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with swinging at 90 years old if you can do it. And that's where you would want to be in your later years. Do you understand? So that's the purpose of landing right. Do you understand? It's all in preserving yourself so you can carry the dance. Okay, I'm so happy that I can still do this dance at my age. And it's good exercise. Like I said, it's a heck of a workout. You want to lose some weight? Lindy Hop. Yeah, that should be our motto this the end of the year. You want to lose some weight? Lindy Hop. Throw me around the room. Bounce me off the wall. Yeah. I love the dance. I love the profession. I am a professional dancer. I will always be a professional dancer. You want to learn how to Lindy? Give me a call. But right now, I'm busy with my buddies. I can't say, I know, I'm sorry. I just keep saying I love y'all so much. You know who you are. I just, don't be mad at me, you guys. Like, I love y'all. I really, oh, and this is one thing that Mike wanted to ask me about. Everything that's going on, okay, with, as we all know. And I just want you to know that I love y'all, okay? I don't care what color you are. I don't care what creed you are. We are all human beings, okay? I am happy that the world, the Lindy Hop world has opened up to be sympathetic, to know, do you understand what I'm saying? To know where this dance came from. I am so glad that it took this long for people to actually recognize. Okay, and I'm not mad at you. I'm happy. I am so happy that you want to learn about the real history of the dance. And another thing, yes, it took my breath away. Like we all seen the other day what happened. And I was asked a couple of times, well, how do you feel about that? Literally, it took my breath away. Like actually took my breath away. Like, okay. So, well, I say that to say, we got to all be together. We should all love each other, okay? Just help each other out. I don't care who you are, help your neighbor out, help. It's just so sad. It's sometimes you can't even speak it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you just can't speak. You're just there. And that's where I'm at with it. It's like, it takes my breath away. And anything that takes my breath away is devastating. It's devastating. And we got to do better. I mean, like, yeah, I know you heard that all the time. Yeah, like, and action is action. But Lindy Hop world, coming from Crystal, okay, I don't care who you are. Okay, I don't hold no grudges. I don't have no reason to. And if I did, you would never know because I would never present it. You understand? I'm here to teach and learn. And trust and believe, I learn stuff every day. I don't know everything. Things I don't know, I'll call Barbara. Okay, I'll call David. I'll call somebody in the group or one of my mentors, Sullivan. I'll call somebody if I want to know something. I don't know everything. And I still have a lot to learn. Okay, but I'm just asking y'all, just stick together, work together, share together. Anything you share, because there's no such thing as you created that step and not gonna share it. Because somebody else, I mean, like that's the purpose of the dance, is to share your stuff. Share your air steps, share your experiences, share your dances, share share your step. If somebody wants to learn that step, show them. You can't take it with you. So why would you keep it to yourself? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And Black Lives Matter do matter in our dance. And all lives matter. But in this situation, what's going on right now, yes, Black Lives Matter. Okay, like I say, it just takes your breath away to see what's going on in our world. Okay, it just takes all of our breaths away. So, and you don't have to be Black for, as you know that. Y'all can agree with me on that, okay? You don't have to be a person of color to understand what's happening. So, and I love all of y'all, all the dancers. I really do. I'm not saying it just to say it, just to say I love you, because I love you is a very important word. You just don't say it just to say it. You say it when you mean it. And I mean it. My heart, I can't express it more. It's just, I just want to be your best person. I want to be welcome in your life. Okay, if you have me. I just want to teach you the Lindy. That is my passion. It has always been, and it always will be. I just know that, and I love you, Mike and Amanda. I love you guys. I love you guys. Yo, and I owe you that class with the air steps. I am going to give that to you guys. Yes. Bobby and Jessica, you my babies. I love y'all. And everybody else who's on there. My niece from New York, all my family in Harlem. I just love to dance, y'all. I really do. And if there's anything that you want to know, ask me. Ask me. If there's anything you want to know, and if I can answer it, I will. And if I can't, I will call somebody and find it for you. There's nothing wrong with communication. Don't be afraid to ask, because if you don't ask, you won't know. Okay, just because, I'm not gonna ask them because they Black or they Korean or that. Don't do that. Go and ask. Please, please, please ask me. Okay, yes, ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer if I can. And if I can't, I'll find a way.
All right, thank you, Chris. We're getting a lot of support in the chat, but can we all just unmute real quick and just kind of give our support vocally?
Show some love.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Hey.
Crystal.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you.
This was so awesome.
We love you. Love you to pieces, Auntie.
Oh, I love you, niece. I love you, Dad.
You are a living legend. You are a living legend, Auntie. We all love you. You are.
Hey, Crystal. It's your sister in California.
Hi.
Hey, Crystal. It's Denise, your little sis in California.
No, oh my God. That's one of my Latin sisters. What's up, Niecy?
Vaya, mommy.
Oh, wow. This is great. Oh, this is wonderful. I am so happy to see everybody. It's just like, wow. When are we going to all get together, man? Like, I want to dance so bad. Yo, it's killing me over here. The whites, it's killing me. It's killing me. We need to dance, y'all. We need to dance. Dancing at home is okay, but I need to dance. I need to teach. I need to get out there. Yes, and I want to get out there so bad, but I have to be obedient to what's going on right now. But I tell you, soon as y'all get the okay, because Amtrak is running.
Hey, sis, when you come to California, I got a perfect club to take you to the Latin.
Uh-oh. Well, you know, Mr. Chester Whitmore lives out there in California.
Come on down.
Yes, yes, yes. He's one of our famous dancers with Norma Miller. Yes. I will. I definitely will. But it's good
Love you,
seeing
sis.
everyone. I love you. You look so good.
Oh, please, you look great.
You look. How's mother?
She's doing well. I'm getting ready to serve her dinner, so I gotta go.
Okay. I love you. I love you all. Mike, where's
Yes.
Mike and Amanda?
We're here,
We're
Crystal.
here.
So what we gonna do, man?
Alrighty. Yo, one round of applause is not enough. Let's unmute. Give it up for Crystal Johnson.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Oh
You got
man,
it.
I could
Oh,
talk to
my
y'all
God.
all night. I could
Thank
do
you
this all
So
night.
much.
Thank you.
Crystal.
Oh my
I'm
God. Thank you
serious.
so much for
Anything?
joining us.
Yeah. Oh yes.
You know how
Richard,
you said
listen,
you know how you said
anything?
the documentary was 6 hours long? I feel like we only got like the first hour tonight. So we'll have to do a bunch more of these sometime.
Yes, please. Anything y'all want to hit me up on Facebook. Go on
Well,
Messenger.
it's-
I'm on
We will.
Messenger.
Oh.
Facebook, I'm just under Crystal Johnson.
Look,
Yes.
I just want to tell something to everyone that's here. When we were trying to figure out how to pay Crystal for this, we received word that her handle is at Lindy Hop Champ, and if that doesn't tell you nothing,
One that doesn't brag.
Oh
That's
my
Lindy
God.
Hop Champ right here.
that's the confidence we want one day.
Yes. I
Yes.
want to exude that confidence one day.
You know what? Listen, anytime, anything y'all want to know, we can always do. We got to do this again.
Yes, we do.
We'll set up a time to do it again.
We will.
Yeah, we got to do
Wow.
this again. Then we can
Absolutely.
get the real raw.
There you go.
You wanna make me raw? You know that song?
Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take you through a couple things going on in our neck of the woods, and then we got a set chock full of Basie for you that we'll dance
Ooh,
the night away for.
that's awesome.
I'm so hyped up right now. I feel like I want to like run through a brick wall or something. I feel like that was like pump up speech. Woo!
Look, yeah, just take it. Just remember everything I said, and like I said, what you want to know, give me a call. Like, hit me up on Messenger, hit me up on Facebook, and like we can get together.
Oh, we definitely will. We'll
Yeah.
have to get down here sometime. Once all this stuff's gone, we'd love to have you down here sometime.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Oh,
just
man.
wanted to just shout out to my buddies in Italy, Roberta and Mario, and my friends in Sweden, because we had a ball at the Alla Hombre this time last year. Remember, everybody who might have been down to the Alla Hombre last year, we was celebrating. Remember, that was the event that Julia gave. It was so awesome. And just shout out to all of my friends abroad. Roberta, I love you. I hope you're watching, sweetheart. And Mario, and yeah, in Sweden, I can't think of his name, but he was the narrator at one of my sessions that we did. I can't think of his name, but I'm dancing with him in the thing, and I can't think of his name. Watch when I leave y'all, I'll be up there. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me.
We had a bunch of people.
You talking about
from Europe
Leonard?
reach
I think
out to
was
us.
it Leonard? Was it Leonard?
I
Were you
think
dancing with
so.
Leonard? It was Leonard from Sweden. Yeah, from Harlem.
Yes, Leonard. Yes,
So
yes.
it was a pleasure watching you that day, that evening, that night, enjoying the generations of Harlem Lindy Hop, because that's what it actually turned out to be. So thank you for attending, and I'm so glad you had a chance. You smiled all night, and I so loved watching all of you all enjoy yourself up in Harlem at the Alhambra Ballroom.
Yeah,
You
we
know.
had a ball. We had a ball that night. I was
Glad to
looking for
hear.
you two guys, and I didn't see y'all. Y'all couldn't make it, I don't think, that night. And I was looking for Amanda and Mike that night. They didn't make it that night. They couldn't make it that night. They missed it. That night was an awesome night.
We were there the day beforehand. We were there the day before.
Yeah, huh?
That was fantastic. That was
that was an awesome night. That
was
really,
Frankie 105 and the Norma Miller legacy tribute dance that
right.
evening.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was awesome. That was fun. I really enjoyed myself at that. So I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
We'll hit you once all this stuff is passed for in person, and we'll have to have you again to chat. And,
Absolutely.
well, thanks so much for joining us. Woo!
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know, right? Wow, 2 hours.
Oh man,
Well,
we did it. Now here's the thing. We had like 65 or so people join us here. This deserves to be seen by like 6,500 people. We know there's lots in Europe where it's like 2 or 3 in the morning for them, so we got to them so they can watch it. But if you're here right now and you know someone that you think would want to see this, we'll send a link around. We'll post it in the event. Send it around. Have them watch it. Timestamp your favorite Crystal Johnson quote from in there. We got like a whole wall running over here with our favorites as we go. So share it with them, let them see it, and hopefully we'll be able to have even more events like this in the future. For those of you that are here with us for the first time, Jazz Attack has been hosting events every Thursday since March online, and we no signs of stopping. Kate, we got some stuff coming up next week, right?
Yes, we do. So Nicole Chausse, I think that's how you pronounce your last name, Nicole. Apologies in advance. We'll be teaching the Jitterbug Stroll next week.
Oh.
So come check it out.
And it's Ryan Francois' Jitterbug Stroll, correct?
Yes.
That's exactly right.
That's one thing we got to do is mention people, the choreographer, not just the dance,
That's
just
right.
Like, there's a lot so please make sure we do that.
Yeah, yes. For sure. Ryan Francois' Jitterbug Stroll to Woody Herman's Woodchopper's Ball. Come, check it out. Yeah. Real good all across the board. Nicole has even promised puppy tricks in the background if you need extra things to entice your attendance then. Other than that, stuff at Lindy Central. Lindy Central's featuring Remy Kwaku Kwame Saturdays in September. Sign up for that series. And Urban Movement Arts also has some online stuff running now as well that you can check out. That's an awesome Black-owned dance studio here in Philadelphia that also has some solo jazz and Lindy Hop classes as well. So really awesome studio, Urban Movement Arts. I think that's all I got, Kate.
That sounds good.
That's all I got. You got anything, Crystal?
No, I just want to holler at my 2 buddies over there. Y'all hit me up, man. We got to get together.
Alrighty.
Mike, Jessica and Bobby, I'm talking to you too. Okay, hit me up. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Amanda and Mike, we got to have rehearsal. You're only 20 minutes away. Now that's their advantage. They're only 20 minutes away from me. They got something up on you guys. They're in Delaware and I'm in Pennsylvania. They're 20 minutes away. That's how close I am to Delaware and New York. So they got the advantage.
And last little announcement that we got before we get some music. We got a couple of young folks on here organizing their own event as well. Swing House, you guys want to chime in about Pile?
Yeah, absolutely. So coming up on September 5th is Pile Penn Intercollegiate Lindy Exchange. We're going to bring in Gabby Cook, Adriana Rafal, and Odysseus Baylor for some awesome lessons. It's going to be that night for a couple hours, but we're really, really excited to put this on for everyone. And we're hoping that everyone from both the Philly community and from like abroad can join us there. We're really excited to put that on.
All right.
We'll put a link in the chat to the Facebook group. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. And as we've said before, we're able to keep holding nights like these because of folks like you guys that contribute and allow us to make it happen. If you're able to donate, we posted all of that info in the chat as well. Thank you guys so much for coming. Enjoy some Count Basie.
By DJ Lauren Levy.
DJ Lauren Levy.
Too slow. That's the slow version.
try again.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice. I guess I'm not mean enough.
There's one that's faster, right, Bobby? The one we practiced with? That thing was fast. And he has another one that is fast. I'm gonna show it to you. You cheating on them kicks. That leg that kick, you should be kicking, not cheating. Kick them legs. Kick them legs. You cheat. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it and help over a little bit. You gotta roll it. Kick them legs hard. No. Stop moving your waist. What are you moving your waist for? No, you're kicking down. You should be kicked out. Not down, out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know what to do. Would you be able to hear what I'm playing now? Can you hear that? Can you hear that? All right, wait a minute. Now this is the basic that I teach off of. Listen to this. Speed. That's what I want off of. That's fast. And that's what you was dancing off of, Bobby and Jessica. This is, yes, this is it. This is the one I'm talking about. Chad, yes. That's the one that's the jam right there. 2 minutes. You can do it this fast on 2 minutes, you bad. Non-stop.